You emerge into the world, slimy and vulnerable, from a gelatinous egg laid under a rock. Congratulations! Your grand entrance to life is basically the opening act to a horror movie, with you as the snack-sized protagonist. Welcome to Snailhood, a life where your greatest achievements will include evading death, eating soggy leaves, and maybe, just maybe, laying a slimy legacy of your own. Exciting, right? No? Well, buckle up because this life gets even worse. Your first challenge? Gravity. You're about 3 centimeters tall, weigh less than a paperclip, and the most powerful muscle in your body is the one that lets you inch forward at a blistering 0.03 miles per hour. To put it in perspective, a toddler can outpace you crawling backward. Every pebble is Mount Everest, every leaf stem is a suspension bridge, and the only thing standing between you and oblivion is sheer determination or naive optimism. Oh, and don't forget the predators. While you're marveling at how slow you are, something bigger, faster, and hungrier is marveling at how delicious you look. Welcome to the jungle, or more accurately, the backyard. Your shell is nature's equivalent of bubble wrap. Looks tough, but is about as durable as a dollar store umbrella in a hurricane. Sure, it's great for light protection and some stylish spirals, but one clumsy step from a squirrel or an overly curious toddler, and congratulations, you've just been upgraded to a crunchy snack. Oh, and don't even think about falling. Land on your back? Congrats again. You're now a sad little frisbee waiting for ants to decide if you're lunch or just a slime-covered disappointment. But don't despair. Your body comes equipped with some very niche superpowers. Your mucus? Absolute genius. It's your personal slip and slide, letting you glide over rough surfaces and even climb walls like the world's slowest superhero. Spider-Man, eat your heart out. Except, of course, your slime also happens to double as a breadcrumb trail for predators. Leave too much of it behind and you're basically writing, "Eat me," in fluorescent ink for every bird, beetle, or bored house cat in the area. Nature really has a twisted sense of humor, doesn't it? One moment your slime is a life-saving invention, the next it's the tragic evidence in an episode of CSI Garden Edition. Now here's where things start to get really interesting. Who's hunting you? Literally everything. Birds, beetles, hedgehogs, frogs, heck, even other snails. Yes, cannibalism is on the menu because apparently nothing screams bonding moment like eating your cousin. Why not add betrayal to your never-ending list of woes? Your motto might as well be, trust no one, not even yourself. Then there's the weather, a silent assassin waiting for the right moment to ruin your day. Snails thrive in moist environments, so rain is your best friend. A drizzle? That's a spa day, a storm, pure bliss. But a dry day? Absolute hell. The sun doesn't just dry out the dirt, it's actively auditioning to be the villain in your life story. One afternoon in direct sunlight and you'll shrivel faster than a dollar store sponge. But don't worry, nature gives you options, like hiding under a leaf and praying that the ground doesn't turn into a death trap while you wait for rain. Life's simple joys, huh? Food, the one bright spot in your otherwise miserable existence. Except not really. Your gourmet menu consists of leaves, fungi, and the occasional piece of rotting vegetation. If you're feeling extra adventurous, or just hungry enough to throw morals out the window, you might even snack on your own eggs. But don't let the simplicity of your diet fool you. Eating is an extreme sport. Every nibble is a gamble. As you delicately chew on a damp leaf, there's a bird overhead debating whether you'd make a better snack than the worm they just caught. And let's not forget the toddlers, armed with magnifying glasses and no concept of snail rights. Their science project is your worst nightmare. Even finding your food is no picnic. That soggy lettuce might as well be on the other side of the planet, considering your top speed rival's that of molasses in January. But hey, who doesn't love the thrill of working for their dinner, right? Hit subscribe because the bird is watching, and you don't want to end up on the menu. Maybe you start dreaming big. Perhaps one day you'll cross the driveway and discover the mythical land of the other side. Spoiler alert, you won't. Driveways are nature's cruel joke, a no-snails land where every step is a gamble and the odds are never in your favor. Your greatest enemy? The family minivan barreling down the driveway like it's auditioning for Fast and Furious, Snail Edition. You inch forward, leaving a glittering trail of slime like some tragic breadcrumb path for the ants to follow. If luck is on your side, you might just make it. If not, well, you'll end up as an abstract art piece baked into the concrete, your legacy immortalized in a driveway pancake, a real snail Picasso. But things were about to get a whole lot worse. Let's fast forward to adulthood. You've beaten the odds, dodged predators, and somehow survived long enough to reproduce. Congratulations, you're finally ready for romance. Or whatever the snail equivalent of romance is, which, spoiler, involves a lot of mucus and absolutely no privacy. Being a hermaphrodite sounds like a cheat code. You can mate with literally any other snail you meet, but it's really just an excuse for nature to make things more awkward. You'll follow pheromone trails, engage in a slimy tango, and hope the other snail doesn't ghost you mid-slither. It's the slowest speed dating event imaginable. If things go well, you exchange sperm packets and go your separate ways like the emotionally unavailable beings you are. Later, you'll lay hundreds of eggs under a rock and proudly leave them to fend for themselves. Don't get too attached, though. Most will be eaten by predators, or let's be real, by you during a midnight snack. Ah, love. Isn't it beautiful? As you grow older, the world doesn't just become more hostile, it becomes an endurance test you didn't sign up for. Your once sleek spiral shell now looks like it's been used as a chew toy. Chips, cracks, and faded colors serve as battle scars of your life. But let's be real, it's more weathered veteran than majestic warrior. Your mucus production? It's on its last legs, or slime trails if we're being precise. What was once your life-saving superpower now feels like squeezing an almost empty toothpaste tube. And predators? They've stopped being cautious. Birds, hedgehogs, and frogs no longer think twice. You're the jungle's equivalent of fast food. Emphasis on the fast part, because outrunning them isn't an option. Oh, and the sun. It hasn't stopped its vendetta. Spend one extra minute out in the open and you'll bake into the world's saddest raisin. It's not graceful, but hey, at least you're consistent. It's not a glamorous end, but hey, at least you've outlasted most of your slimy siblings. Small victories, right? Sure, your whole existence has been a mix of dodging predators, eating questionable leaves, and narrowly avoiding becoming driveway art. But believe it or not, you've made an impact. You're nature's unsung hero, tirelessly breaking down organic matter and enriching the soil. Compost royalty, if you will. Of course, your other main contribution is being food for practically every creature with a pulse. You've been the jungle's equivalent of a free buffet your entire life, but at least your sacrifice supports the circle of life. A thankless job? Definitely. But if nothing else, you can rest easy knowing you've left behind a shimmering trail of slimy greatness. That's something, right?